Hi, my name is Yuki. I'm a communication specialist of the Pennsylvania Manufacturing Advisory. First of all, I want to thank you for meeting me. And we know that you and your team participated in the Pennsylvania Manufacturing Advisory Project. So could you please briefly introduce some basic information, please?
I am Jagmohan, and I participated in the PMA project during the spring 2021 semester. It was spring 2 semester when I worked with RE Squared Robotics. It's a Pittsburgh-based robotics company. And for our client, the main deliverable that we had was to provide a market research to give them the opportunities, that what kind of opportunities are existing for RE Squared Robotics in solar power industry and as well as the electricity distribution industry, that how that market can be benefited through RE Squared products and robotics, and if there are any chances or opportunity exists for RE Squared to get into those markets.
Thank you. So we do want to know, in what ways has this project helped you to grow professionally?
Yeah, actually, this was my first ever experience to work with a client as a consultant. So before that, I have never worked with a client in real term. We have learned theory, but this was my first ever experience. So I think in that way, I would say a lot of skills, of course, I have learned during the whole course of the PMAF project. One of them is to directly communicate with the client, understanding their requirements and working on the presentations. And also for the presentation skills, we do present, have presented a lot in my life, but however, working for a client and presenting in a way that the client likes it or the client would want it was definitely a kind of a skill which I have learned. And as well as working in a team which is on a project which is very client specific was definitely a great experience for me and some skills to learn.
Well, that sounds really inspiring. Could you share one thing you learned of this project that will help you in your career?
Yes, as I said, it goes back to the same thing that this was my first experience to working with a client. I think the one thing which I can definitely say is the communication and building a relationship with the client. Over the course of the project, initially when we had our first client meeting, we tried to understand their expectations and how we can focus our efforts to provide those kind of deliverables. So for me, that one thing which I can take is how to build that relationship with the client and how we can move forward with the project and working according to what the client really needs.
Okay, how would you describe your experience about this project in 3 words?
Yeah, it's difficult to describe just in 3 words. To be honest, but I would say it was definitely educational and unforgettable project or an experience that I had. And lastly, I would say it was just a fantastic experience to work with a client.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
And thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.